To use Mandala Analytics, the first step is to set up a campaign. Campaigns are how the system gathers mentions from the web. If you've never used a social listening or analytics tool like this before, then think of campaigns as like doing a search in Google, where you enter some keywords and then you get the results. Except, unlike Google, we are not searching for websites here. We are searching for mentions of certain keywords. So we need to give other settings like the amount of mentions that we want, the time frame, or when the mentions were posted on the social media platforms, as well as the keywords. Let's go through the process of setting up your first campaign. Clicking on the Mandala Analytics tab will take you to the project console. The project console allows you to keep your campaigns organized in project folders. And if you don't have any projects yet, click Create Project. Give it a name that makes sense and it will now appear on the project console. Click Campaigns to open, and of course it's empty because we haven't created our first campaign yet. So click Create Campaign, give your campaign a clear name. I'm going to create a campaign about electric vehicles. I'll name this campaign EVs, and the description here is optional. The mentions limit tells the system how many mentions you'd like to gather. It's important to consider your subscription limit here because you don't want to max out your quota on the first campaign. To check your quota, you can click the Credit tab at the top. I'll set this campaign to 20,000. That will give a good sampling of data without using up too much of my mentions quota. The data time frame is the window of time that we want to gather the mentions from. You may want to see mentions from 3 months ago until today, or maybe a specific week in the past. Or you may want to pick a start date and then select Always On, so you'll continue to gather the mentions. I'm going to choose the first day of this month and then Always On, so no finish date. Next is the platforms. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok are the social media platforms, but then we also have forums and websites as well. Select which platforms you'd like to get your mentions from. Analytics channels is where you can add any specific profiles or pages. Now remember that this campaign will be gathering mentions of your keywords from all public social media users. That's random accounts and pages that you don't know or you don't follow. But if there's a specific account you want to focus on and make sure you get every mention from that account or from that channel, you can add them here. Search the channel name and the correct platform and then select it. Instagram though, you'll need to enter the username correctly. I suggest finding the page in Instagram first, then copy paste it and you'll see it appear. So my campaign is about EVs, but I want to make sure I get mentions from Motor Trend. So I can add that channel, Facebook and Twitter, and I won't miss those mentions from those accounts. You have the option here to exclude channels as well. So the system will ignore any mentions that come from those channels you input here. Here though, you'll need to copy paste the URL of the channel. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or whatever, you can paste the URL in here. Focus language. Mandala Analytics searches global data, which comes in all languages. So if you want to prioritize any languages, select those here to get more accurate results from your campaign. Now we input the keywords. This will depend on the insights you're looking for, and there are different keyword strategies to use, but my campaign is EVs, so that will be my first keyword. You can set up different keyword groups, which allows you to separate the mentions data if you need to. So name the keyword group and then add the keywords to that group. I'll create another keyword group for Tesla and add that keyword, and one more for BYD, the electric vehicle brand. I don't need to separate these keywords. I could keep them all in one group, but it can help you to keep your campaign data organized later on. And of course, you could set up a whole campaign with just one keyword if you wanted to. Excluded keywords will exclude any mentions if they contain that keyword. So if I put Elon Musk as an excluded keyword. That means I will get mentions about EVs and Tesla and BYD, but not if they also include Elon Musk. And we are done. Click Save Campaign Settings. The campaign now appears in your campaign dashboard. Give the system a few moments to gather mentions. Opening the campaign now, you will see all of the data displayed over the time frame that we chose from the start of this month. There are all the platforms I chose. Here are our keywords. You remember we selected Motor Trend as an analytics channel, so here we see the Twitter and Facebook feeds showing the mentions from those channels. We'll go through all of the features on the dashboard in the following videos.